Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Hello, welcome everybody to the channel. We are here for a show match between Zest and Astrea. It is going to be played on the Balance Test mod. And before we get into it, I am Recaster Snoopy. Joined by my side is none other than Xeno Dactyl.
Hello, hello. I'm really excited for this one. I mean, we have Astrea, our clan's, I guess, top Protoss, as it were, and Zest, who is definitely a crowd favorite in a lot of scenarios, I would say.
Definitely. I mean, Zest, I think is a lot of people's favorite Protoss, especially back when he was winning a lot of tournaments. But still, even today, I mean, how can you deny the handsomeness of that guy? I mean, he's just like a model or something. But anyhow, the format of this show match is going to be a best of. Well, I guess it's a kind of a best of 7. There's a caveat to it. But before we get into the format, let's go ahead and introduce our players. Why don't you start this off, Zeno?
All right, spawning in the upper left as the pink Protoss, it is the one, the only, Zest.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have our blue Protoss from the team of Alpha X, yours truly. It is Astrea. All right, so let's get into the format of this show match. This is basically a best of 7 kinda, although we are gonna play all 7 maps. This is, of course, on the Balance Test mod. Oh wait, did I make the Balance Test mod here?
Yes, you did.
Okay, good. All right, and the prize pool is $125. Each game won will result in a $15 added to your prize pool, added to the player's prize pool, or I guess their cut. And then the overall winner, whoever wins 4 or more games, will get an additional $20 added to their prize cut. So pretty neat there.
Game paused.
All right, a little pause there by Zest.
Perhaps he is contemplating whether it will be better to use GLEDEPs or Void Rays.
Yeah, there's a few changes. Oh, let's go ahead. 3, 2, 1, and let's go.
Game resumed.
Before actually, 1 second. Just want to give a shout out to Sniper SC for the bits. He says, "Go Astrea, go!" So thank you for the bits. And ooh, already we have a little cheeky build here from Astrea, a little proxy pylon on the side.
Yeah. It kind of. At first, it felt like he was thinking of Robo, but then he sent his probe away. So I think he's just wanting a missing pylon, perhaps for Adepts later. But we are going to get the proxy Robo coming out of Zest.
Yeah, both players are
Very similar location as well.
I know, right? I guess this is the new popular locations or something. But we do see Zest gonna go into the base of Astrea. Gonna look normal to him, especially that second pylon time he just finished. But both players are scouting, or at least Astrea is scouting all over the map for that proxy.
Yeah, definitely looking for it, trying to do his due diligence, as it were, but it's a really awkward position to have a proxy.
Yeah, I feel like that's a bit...
This stalker.
Oh
My goodness, no! No! You had one job!
Let our enemy know our fury.
Okay, he has the probe. I think he saw it. Yeah. So he cancels his expansion, and knowing that it's a Robo is just going to get extra gateways, shield batteries, and Robo just gonna hunker down at home.
Yeah, I gotta say, even though this is a proxy, it's a pretty far proxy, so it's gonna take some time for units to get over here. Warp Prism is just popped out, so it was gonna give Astrea some time to set up his shield battery here, but his Robo is pretty late compared to Zest.
Yeah, with the Prism Micro and the high ground vision that it offers, he's definitely going to be able to get at least one gateway.
I wonder if his Stalker's... Okay, I was about to say his Stalker was pretty near that Warp Prism, but... Ooh, we have a nice double Adept counterattack, but nice reaction by Zest. We'll get that wall off. In the meantime, the attack in Astrea's front is still happening here.
Yeah, with Second Immortal coming up, he's going to back off, and this is going to turn into a harass play. He doesn't have an expand... Oh, there it goes. So he is taking the expansion now, and feels comfortable with his current lead. He might be able to unpower this Robo, and that would be really obnoxious.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's actually gonna just barely, but he's gonna be careful. Doesn't want to lose the Warp Prism, because that means he's gonna lose both his Immortals probably, which is not something you want. Oh, so close. Gotta be careful with that.
Oh my. Okay. Good decision to recall. Don't want to play with fire too much.
Yeah, oh, but we have a nice force field. It might actually deny this Nexus. Will he? It's going to be close. Oh, he has another force field, so yeah, he's definitely going to be able to cancel it, which is a nice pickoff by Zest.
Yeah, secured himself a sizable economic lead, especially now that he has the pylon block, so the Adepts cannot equalize. And Zest is still in pretty good control of the tempo of this game.
For sure. I mean, he's got his Nexus, his second Nexus down, already done. Wow, Astrea just planting it down right now. So economy-wise, it's going to be in the favor of Zest.
I like this observer from Astrea. I don't know if he... Okay, he did see it. He is reacting. Oh, he's isolated. The immortals can't be picked up.
Oh, just barely saves one. So well done there by Astrea. And if he's gonna come back into the game, he's gonna definitely need little wins like those.
And dropping his own immortals on the proxy, so that will no longer be a factor for Zest. And behind this, he's gone double Stargate.
Ooh. I like this decision because he knows Astrea went for Robo, and kind of the good solid counter to Robo play is Stargate play, and he's far ahead well enough to go for it.
Yeah, he can completely shut down the counter drop. A recall is forced. Will get both immortals home or just one?
Just one.
Just one. Okay.
Yeah.
And Twilight Council at home for Astrea, realizing probably not gonna find much use out of disruptors.
Yeah, I mean, one thing about going for, I'm thinking he's either gonna go for some charge lot or some maybe a Devs, but also Blink I guess is possible. But we'll see once his Twilight is done. But in the meantime, Phoenix are gonna come in here and gonna pick up some probes, but oh no, actually not a lot of energy on those Phoenix, so not too many probes going down.
Yeah, he only made 4 Phoenixes. He's gonna go ahead and get his own Twilight Council and a Forge. He's remaking his Robo, and we'll see where he goes from here. I'm curious that he just got these 4 Phoenixes, and then that's it.
Yeah, I think it's just to shut down that Warp Prism play.
Yeah, and I guess it also removes the possibility of disruptors.
Oh yeah, that too.
You just can't afford to make disruptors if there are 4 or 5 Phoenix on the field already.
Yeah. So since we're in the balance test mod, I guess the WCS, the Game Heart mod isn't up here, so gotta pull up the worker kills. As you can see, 8 for Zest and compared to 6 of Astrea.
It gets another probe too.
Yeah, this is pretty tough for Astrea. I mean, he's kind of forced to go for a 2-base timing push, I feel like. Oh no, actually he's gonna go for that third. But look at Zest's third. He's already up and running there.
Yeah, I mean, he was behind economically from just the openers, and has just suffered more from the harass throughout. So it's a tough spot to be in.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, actually, we see a really nice, sweet play here by Astrea. He's actually going for Storm, which is not what you tend to see in the PvP. But I think maybe his idea is he can do maybe some Storm drops in order to get back into this game economy-wise. You know, you could Storm, catch Zest off guard, kill a bunch of probes. Maybe that's his way of coming back into the game. But there is a big attack here coming from Zest, and Astrea is already throwing down some shoe batteries in anticipation for this. And his third, oh no, it's going to go down, I feel. Yep, cancel there.
You know, I like that he's trying something just to get back into it. And I think one of the progressions that could have come out for Zest was to go into some to stay on the double Stargate, in which case perhaps there's additional utility for Storm. But I mean, really, I don't know if that's enough.
Yeah, it's looking quite tough here. Oh, actually trying to Storm. He almost stormed his own observer there for a sec. Luckily it missed. But oh man, there's just no answer here for these Phoenixes. Continually getting some more probes. This feels kind of like a slow death.
Hmm.
But hey, actually, we might see a little bit of a funny game here as both players looking to possibly do a base trade depending on if Zest decides to retreat. But no, it does not look like Zest is retreating. He's gonna go ahead and do the base trade here, and this actually might be the chance for Astrea to get kind of come back. But there is still a bigger army here for Zest.
He's not advancing. I think he's deciding whether he wants to commit. Okay, there he goes now, but Zest is already in his natural. He's warped in some Archons at home. I just don't... I mean, yes, they're shield batteries, but they're just about out of energy. I feel like... Well... Gosh, base trades are so hard to call.
Yeah. I mean, technically, Astrea does have more bases because he does have 2 Nexuses, but Zest has a bunch of money still for additional... Oh, yeah, he's making another Nexus in the 6 o'clock position.
Yeah, I think Zest accidentally told his probes to start mining, and so now they are trying to return their minerals back to the main.
Oh, Astrea is going to recall. He's going to try to defend his base. Storm going down on the Archon, but Storm, of course, just tickles those Immortals and Archons. And, oh man, just Zest obliterating the rest of the army of Astrea. And Zest will take a game 1 of this best of 7, or I guess 7-game series.
You can call it a best of 7.
Yeah, it's kind of.
It basically is. There's just all games played. So with that, I guess it's Astrea's pick.
Yep. So it's basically loser's pick. So yeah, it'll be Astrea's map of choice. By the way, guys, there is a Matcherino page. We have in the chat, of course, Nightbot generously posting the Matcherino link as well as the coupon code, which you can help use to donate 50 cents for free. You can help out the prize pool for the players.
Do you have any thoughts on that game?
You know what? I just feel like Zest, he went for the immediate robotics facility proxy, and I think Astrea was looking to go for a Stargate, and I think he kind of abandoned it once he scouted the proxy, went for his robo, but it was kind of too late at that point. So I feel like if Astrea might have gone for the Stargate and just tried to defend on his side of the map with shield batteries and the gateway units, I think he would have been better, but it's hard to say.
What do you think of the idea if he had dropped his reactionary Stargate at home and tried to defend with, say, Void Ray or Phoenix?
Void Ray or Phoenix? I'm sorry, I'm trying to message Astrea here for the map of choice. Oh no, oh, looks like he actually made it already. Huh, okay. Let me go ahead and invite you.
Oh.
All right, looks like got the people in here already. All right, sorry, what's the question again?
What do you think of a Stargate defense at home?
Stargate defense at home. I think it works out better against the Robo, but I mean, we've seen a lot of Protoss games, PvP, go for a Phoenix versus Phoenix kind of. I mean, it gets tricky, but Yeah, I mean, what's your take on it?
Well, I think it's possible to defend with either Robo or Stargate. I don't think TC is any use. But I definitely think Stargate is like you can contend the Prism better. I think is the main advantage.
Yeah, for sure. I think so too. But anyhow, I think like I would hope to see, because last game didn't actually utilize a lot of the new balance
New
changes.
units.
Yeah, the balance changes from Protoss. So hopefully this game around, the second game, we can better see that. But anyhow, let's go ahead and introduce our players.
All right, spawning in the upper left as the blue Protoss. Representing Alpha X, it is Astrea.
And spawning at the bottom right, it is the pink Protoss. He's currently up 1-0. Can he extend it to 2-0? It is Zest. As you guys can see, there is a TBD in the top of Zest, as he is currently actually teamless, because a little while ago, a few days ago, Ocean Gaming actually disbanded, which was the clan that Zest was part of. So unfortunately for Ocean Gaming, they disbanded, and Zest is currently teamless. And then on top of that, he's actually currently close to, I think, his military call. So I don't think he's gonna be joining any new teams anytime soon, because I don't think it's ideal to sign someone while they're like really close to going to their military duty. So yeah, we'll probably see. This is probably one of the last few games or events that we'll see Zest play in.
For a while, at least. Perhaps 2 years if he comes back. In any case, we have a full wall and a single gate for Astrea. I don't really know where he's going with this.
I have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
He hasn't taken his expansion just yet. He's thinking about it, but I don't think he wants to show it to Zest.
Oh,
Did you have a theory as to what this was?
yeah, I've seen Australia actually go for this type of build where he just go for, one gate into Expo, because, typically you see a lot of PvP opens up with 2 gateways and try to put some pressure or defend some pressure. But with this wall off, Astrea can mitigate any adept harass and just use Q battery to defend while getting his economy rolling a lot faster. Sushi in the chat says Zest will actually be playing in GSL Season 1. Awesome.
Oh, okay.
So he'll make one last run in GSL before heading off. Oh, okay. It looks like some clarification. Zest will join military in 2021. So it will still be a full year to play. All right. Nice.
Well, here's an interesting thing. Because Zest's probe was up here being obnoxious, and Astrea decided to delay his expansion in order to hide the fact that he was in fact expanding, Zest went ahead and expanded himself, and they got their nexuses at the same time.
Ooh. Nice.
Now, I think Astrea is up a probe because he was not mining as much gas? I don't know. It feels like something like that happened.
I feel like because he opened up with 1 gate instead of 2, I think he had a...
Yeah. There we go.
His Nexus was probably I think his Nexus was slightly faster. But we do see...
This is
Oh.
interesting. Is this intentional? Did he mean to?
I think it was a mistake here.
Well, he's moving out with... And there's a... So Zest scouts an Immortal and Sentries and a Prism. But it's not actually an Immortal. And then Astrea goes and takes a third.
Yeah, I think it was a fake move. Actually, yeah, it might have actually been intentional. That looked like a fake move out. But actually, these two Oracles are going to come in, and Astrea has yet to scout this. I don't think, yeah, hasn't scouted this yet. And this might actually catch him off guard. Let's see how many probes go down. Currently only a few. But there's actually nothing in the main. Oh no, these vulnerable probes.
Oh, it was such a beautiful play coming out of Astrea, but it just not against the... I feel like this was not meant to face double Oracle at this time. Because, like, his third got scouted, his harass or his push is revealed to not actually be a push, and so the attempt at deception is not in play. He is getting some nice damage with the Adepts, though.
Yeah, I mean, total actually in favor of Astrea. He's got 10 worker kills this whole game compared to the 9 of Zest. But those 2 Oracles are still alive, so they could definitely get some additional probe kills.
Indeed they will. Just kind of bothering the probes at the third, or killing is bothering, might be a bit of an understatement.
Yeah, but he's got to be careful because these the blink has finished, so these blink stalkers can get on top of those Oracles.
Nice micro picking up the probes into the prism, saving them from certain death.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, still no, I guess, big use of new balance changes, but we do at least see the charge lot being researched, and of course the charge lot basically kind of reversed them back to kind of the Brood War Zealots, where they do move a lot quicker. They move basically the same speed as Stim Marines, but they're +8 attack damage once they get the charge done is gone, so they don't get that extra damage, but they still move a lot faster.
You know, I said that Zest had enough information to not buy the fake move out, but he actually did invest 3 shield batteries and a cannon for an attack that never came. And now Astrea is, it's starting to equalize, but he was up like 11, 12 probes for a while, plus a faster third. I mean, the third of Zest is not even done yet.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, right now, it doesn't even seem like Zest is looking to go full on macro. He's going to look to go for a big attack here. Let's see, what does Astrea... Oh, actually, Astrea has a really nice force. Got 2 shield batteries here. So, looks like a pretty good defense at first glance here. But, of course, the upgrade for Zest is +2 weapons attack compared to the +1 of Astrea. Astrea just starting his +2 attack. So, for the meantime, Zest will have an upgrade lead.
Yeah. I think time is on Astrea's side, though. So, as long as he can just... I guess what I'm getting at is the longer the game goes, he will equalize those advantages that Zest currently has. Nice stasis wards to kind of zone, but hold position is going to prevent the army from getting trapped too much. Does get 2 Archons and 2 Zealots at least.
Yeah, there was a nice play by Astrea on the bottom. Almost took off the War Prison with 3 Blink Stalkers, but unfortunately couldn't finish it off. But oh wow, Astrea is deciding to go down. He is going to go ahead and get a nice little concave. We'll snipe off the War Prism of Zest. And let's see who will come up on top. Oh no, looks like Zest actually taking the better front of that fight. But he's Astrea is moving back to his shield battery, getting his Zealots and Archons recharged. And looks like a hold there by Astrea.
Yeah. Looked a little bit dicey for a second as he kind of dashed in there, but I guess he just had enough that it was fine, and Zest had to disengage, and he had his shield batteries to fall back on. So
yeah, so well defended there by Astrea, and that's what he needed. He was ahead worker wise. I mean, he's ahead 57 to 44 workers, ahead 71 to 51 army supply at this point. The only thing is that he needs to catch up on the upgrades, and I think he'll be well ahead.
They are even again.
Yeah, he just +2 just finished, and nice War Prism harass at the main. I would like his main army to actually start attacking the third, but also another War Prism harass by Zest at the main of Astrea, forcing a recall. So a bunch of harass by both players.
Yeah, we're gonna see a couple charge slots come into the third base, and Zest is gonna tap out.
Yeah, it looks like he was just way down. The harass did way too much damage. I think he was down to 36 workers compared to the 62 of Astrea, and well done there by Astrea, tying up the series 1-1.
It's interesting. Astrea just found these little edges economically throughout the game, and he didn't really have to do a whole lot. I mean, I think that Hallucinated Immortal was huge, actually. Like, I thought he had sniffed it with the oracles, but maybe he thought it was somewhere else, or in any case, he still built those static defense, and his third never came down, and from there he had to get damage with that all-in, or that push became an all-in, I should say. Relative to the state of the game.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get the players in here, as well as the casters. Oh, I gotta invite you, right?
Yeah.
All right. The chat channel is Alpha X, so if you join that, and you can see the I'll be posting the lobby link there.
Oh, I must have just. I am in the channel, but then.
Oh no, not I think you joined AX channel.
Oh, I see.
There's you gotta join the Alpha X channel. No space between the Alpha and the X.
Maximum number of channels open. We don't need this one. Okay, cool.
I have no idea where the rest of the other casters went to. Romsley is yeah, there we go. Romsley.
I don't know where. Okay, he can get the other one. Okay, cool. Is that everyone?
Yep.
Excellent.
All right, looks like Zest is ready, or Astrea is ready. And once Zest confirms he's ready, we'll start this game. All right, he is ready. So here we go. Third game on Acropolis LE. right, let's go ahead and introduce our players here.
Spawning in the upper left as the blue Protoss with a curious opener last game and able to macro it out. It is Alpha X's Astrea.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have our pink Protoss player. He is none other than Zest.
Alright, so openers have returned to standard this time.
Yeah, I think it's a bit tough here to go for a one base, kind of like what Astrea did last game. Because this map, the natural, if you're gonna wall off the natural, there's actually is the same ground level, right? Compared to the last one where there was actually a ramp, so it makes it much harder to actually do that.
Especially if Zest were to do, say, what he did in Game 1 with the Proxy Robo, the Immortal pushes right up into you, and oh, it's very ugly.
Yeah, it could get really, really ugly. But yeah, we have a regular opening from both players, but there is going to be a proxy by Zest. Let's see if Astrea is going to go for a proxy. Looks like he's scattering with that probe. We'll see if he throws down a pylon of his own.
This feels like a Stargate placement, but it could be anything still.
And as soon as Cybernetic Core is done,
oh, it's gonna be the Robo again.
Alrighty then.
I do think this is a favorite of certain players like Zest. I think Harstem also favors the Proxy Robo. It's very scary.
Yeah, you if the Protoss player, your other opponent goes for a Nexus, it's gonna be really, really hard to hold off that. But it looks like a
oh no, the probe turned around again.
That probe's life was numbered. Let's be honest.
Okay. It's found the Robo. But the Stalkers are already here. He can kind of jump this.
Yeah.
There is one probe. Alright. Astrea is going to have to back off as the Immortal is about to pop.
Alright, Robo and Shield Battery on the way. This kind of looked like very similar to the first game here.
Yeah, it's almost identical. I think Astrea has more foreknowledge this time. At least that's what it feels like. He might be able to actually snipe the pylon and unpower this Robo. Good force field on the ramp. Gonna buy him time to recall his Stalkers if he so desires. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Only a referee can unpause the game. Alrighty. The Immortal is dealing damage, but there are enough shield battery energy here. Doesn't even need the recall, just going to kill the Robo straight up.
Yeah, that War Prison was like 95% done, so that's a big, huge huge pick off there by Astrea. Really nice there. He actually separated his 4 Stalkers squad once Zest went in for the attack. So really nice there by Astrea. And now it looks like Astrea with the Robo, with the Nexus, has gained a little bit of a lead there.
Yeah. Starting that Glaives. So we will get what you asked for, as it were.
Ah, yes. So currently the Glaives in the current patch, it boosts the attack speed of the Adepts by 45%. But with this new balance change, they kind of do away with it. They actually increase it to 60% for 6 seconds, and then after that it goes back to his normal speed. So it's kind of like
Right.
a burst, initial burst damage, kind of like the Cyclone change, where they gave the Cyclone initial burst speed, burst attack, and then it kind of slows down.
Yeah, it's I think it makes the Adept a very good aggressive unit if it can shade into something. But the retreating shade is not as strong or not as valuable anymore, I should say.
It makes it a really good. It makes it for a really good harass as well, because you could shade it into the mineral line, and there's a lot of initial burst damage. You kill all those probes, and then you could just like get out.
Yeah. Gonna get one Adept for his force field. Working on the rocks is Zest. He has the Prism for vision as well. Gonna shade. I don't think he completes that. Yeah, okay.
All right, Zest will definitely have to make this work because he is currently on the 1 base. He needs to break Astrea if he wants any chance of winning this game. Oh, he actually let some of the Adepts finish, but is attacking pylons while the rest of the army is trying to attack the main army of Astrea. Look at all those shield batteries, God.
Wow. Oh my goodness. 5 shield batteries at the natural, 2 shield batteries in the main. Okay, he's gonna find some probe kills. And then brings his Adepts back down with their burst damage. But I just don't see him breaking this. This is so much healing.
Yeah, there's 2 Immortals for Astrea compared to the one of Zest, and I mean, Adepts, they're kind of flimsy units, so
Yeah, he's gonna look for some harass still, but I think this is mostly over unless he can find some miracle shades.
God damn, Max Angel is just defending so well. And right now, I mean, as time goes by, Astrea's getting more and more ahead. Zest still trying to make this work, but he's still working off only a bunch of Adepts, and the shield batteries are slowly regaining energy.
Even in the current patch, Gladepts are pretty strong, but I just don't see this ever breaking Astrea.
Yeah, it's getting dicey and dicier as time goes by. And let's see, will he finish those shade? By the way, I love how Astrea is using Cybernetic Core to block off instead of the Pylon, because Pylons can get sniped down easily by a bunch of Adepts. But with Cybernetic Core, they have a lot more HP, so it's harder that way to break it. Oh, we have a 4 Adept run by Astrea into the main of Zest. So this is it. Astrea gotta go in and GG. Just
There's a little bit of irony to that closer.
I know, right? It's like Zest went for the Glaive Adepts, but it was the Adepts of Astrea to close out the deal in the end.
So the new Glaive Adepts will not save you from a disastrous open. That's what we've learned.
Yep. It's probably.
I mean, it's not. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
It's not even like Zest played poorly. He just got caught with his army trying to attack and having no way of defending his proxy.
Mm-hmm.
What were you going to say?
Oh, I mean, nothing much. This is, yeah, pretty much. Oh wait, looks like Zane on in the chat saying Max Astrea. Yep, Astrea is playing really well currently so far. Oh wait, oops.
Mage is keeping things in check, I guess.
All right, let's go ahead and post the lobby link. All right, currently 2-1 in favor of Astrea. But of course, this is a 7-game series, so plenty of games for Zest to come back and tie up the series or get the lead. All right, we need Romsley's co-caster to get in here. All right, looks like we're waiting for Romsley's co-caster. He did show a little bit sign of lag in the last game. Hopefully he can. It looks like he's relogging, so hopefully things could be okay on his end, and we won't have any more lag issues. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a Thunderbird as our next map. You have any thoughts about PvP on the Thunderbird map?
I know that Classic liked the gate expand here, and I think both Classic and Trap have gate expanded here, but I don't feel like that's a very Zest way to play PvP. And Astrea already showed a gate expand, so I'm skeptical he will do it again. I don't know.
We shall see, I guess. Players ready.
I wouldn't mind Stargate from one of the players. It's a large map. You have time for the maneuverability that offers.
Yeah. You think one of them will actually do a cannon rush?
Not here. Maybe Winter's Gate.
All right, countdown has begun, and this fourth game is underway. Guys, type into the chat who you guys got winning this next game here.
Yeah, I feel like if one of these players does a cannon rush, it's not because they want to cannon rush per se, as much as it is that they just don't like the map.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and introduce our players.
Spawning in the bottom right, in the red trunks, with the pro booze, it is Max Angel Astrea.
And spawning at the top left, we have the blue Zerg player looking to tie up the series. It is Zest. All right, so we have seen a bunch of proxies throughout this series so far. I wonder if the trend will continue, as it seems like both players, or at least especially Zest, likes to do the proxy play.
I didn't hear half of that.
It's okay. So basically, I just said, throughout the series, we've seen a lot of proxy plays, especially from
Coming out of Zest. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if the trend will continue, and
He seems to be thinking about Well, he sent his probe home after the pylon, so I guess he just wants the bluff.
Both players actually wants to bluff because both players are basically proxying at the same locations, but it's a far proxy. It's not. No, it's not even the proxy. It's like proxy at their side of the map.
I mean, this is the same as the fake proxy racks where you build it at your third and float it back in.
Absolutely.
But it has the added advantage of being a spotter for, say, proxy Oracle.
Yeah, it's kind of gives you the vision of even the Warp Prism harass or.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but man, both players are like kind of like mirroring each other. They got their pylon at the third location as well as a pylon at
down
the natural.
to the building placement.
Yeah.
Zest Cyber is slightly farther away from his gas than Astrea's Cyber. What does this mean?
Not sure. It looks. Yeah, just pretty much the same right here. Both.
They're even using the same Stalker Sentry openers and hallucinations at the same time.
Oh my god! I mean, at this point, I'm thinking like they're probably listening to the same music right now.
I know, right?
As they're playing,
it's on the same millisecond of the song too. Gosh. Okay, Robo and Forge. Robo and... Are we gonna see a Forge? Astrea, you're skimping. He doesn't want his upgrades. Our first deviation.
The first deviation.
He's just gonna go attack. At least that's what it's looking like.
Yeah, he's gonna skip the Forge in favor of a more aggressive push. But Zest, he's actually sending out 2 Adepts. Will be cut off here in the middle of the map. So nice catch there.
I'm surprised he didn't get a Prism behind this if he's gonna move out.
Yeah, that is pretty curious. That is kind of risky, especially considering that Zest got 3 Sentry of his own. And if he force fuse this, actually doing some hallucination. But there is an Observer for Zest, so he does seize this.
He does trap one real Stalker. Alright. Well, I think he has to go home, and I think I like Zest's position right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a little bit of push didn't really do much. But, I mean, both players are still pretty even here. Even Astrea is going for a quick third base. It's just a fake push, so it wasn't too invested. But his upgrade is going to be late. There's not even a Forge out in the map for Astrea.
Wow, still no Forge. He is getting his Twilight Council. But that is going to be mirrored as well. I mean, I guess he has the quicker third. It's not that much quicker, though. It's like 2 seconds, if that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I would hope that Max Angel does go for a double Forge play in order to catch back up. Oh, looks like he was making the Forge just for a sec. Oh, no, actually he's making it at the natural instead. Okay, so this is why he's going for disruptors.
I see.
So upgrades doesn't really affect disruptor as much. So I mean, because they had that initial burst damage, so they don't really gain much.
Sure.
Compared to like maybe a Mortal Archon, type of charge lot type of composition. But yeah, so it's gonna come down to Astrea's disruptor control.
I don't think either he forgot that he started his Robo Bay or he misclicked. because I don't know why you would need a second one.
You know what? It's probably because Zest ain't copying the exact same build, so he's making it for a Zest. Just to make sure that he's got two of them, one for him and one for Zest, even though Zest can't use it.
Okay, he decided that Zest does not need Robo Bay.
Yeah, he canceled it. So he did realize just at the last second. I mean, we all been there. We made two buildings that we don't want. But yeah, nice response there by Zest. He did scout it, so he will be throwing down the Stargate and start creating those Phoenixes. Double Stargate, actually, to help with those disruptors.
And fourth going down for Astrea. He's finding his way back into this game. I mean, he wasn't like that far behind. He just had a slight disadvantage in the initial trade. I'm gonna get a Colossus now. I don't mind this.
That's pretty interesting.
So I feel like as long as this Colossus is not scouted, and Zest continues to see the disruptors, he's gonna build Phoenixes, which can lift the disruptor, singular, yes, but is kinda not too good against the Colossus. Where did his... Oh, he moved it to the third. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Fear Dragon, with the host. Appreciate it, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the games here. The new viewers tuning in, we have a best of 7 show match, or I guess a 7-game series, because we're actually going to play all 7 games. It is on the new Balance test mod, so the new Balance test patches changes will be in effect.
Actually, technically Zest has seen that Thermal Lance was researching. I don't know if he noticed. And it could also be like prism speed,
Yeah, I mean, right now Zest he is making those Tempests, which will do good against those Colossus.
Yeah.
So I feel like Zest, he's got the counters. He
knows. I don't know whether he saw a Colossus or whether he saw it was researching, but he definitely knows.
Yeah, but you know what? Astrea is attacking at a really nice time. It's right when Zest is trying to transition into full-on Tempest. So he is kind of weak a little bit, but I mean, the army supply is still in favor of Zest as well as the upgrades.
And this is his window, but 4 Tempests are already out. He has to get rid of those, or otherwise... I like the location of the fight, kind of, but not really. Okay. I don't know where Astrea goes from here, actually. The mothership is here, too.
Yeah, it's looking dicier and dicier. I mean, if Zest goes transition to carriers, that's going to be even more deadlier.
Yeah, I agree with you that it looked like there was opportunity, but that closed so fast.
Yeah, those Tempests just scaring Astrea back away, and I mean, as the game goes on, like, look at the army composition of Astrea. It doesn't look as good as the one that Zest is kind of gathering up at this point.
Right. He does have the more mobile army, and as such, he can afford to take a 5th, I guess. Disruptor shots kind of zoning out the blue Protoss, but with the lifts, the Archons can come down this ramp now, and I think he's gonna lose detection too.
Yeah, the nice Zella flank as well. Oh man, it's gonna push Astrea way back, and possibly might even lose all these disruptors on the way.
Yeah,
Ooh.
this is
but some nice disruptor shots.
Wow. Okay, he did have one observer left.
Yeah, so not too shabby there. Those disruptors kind of pulled him back into the game. Supplies are even, but of course still in favor of Zest because his upgrades are 3-2, and also his army composition is just higher tier.
Yeah, he's gonna get his Dark Shrine, kind of matching the need for detection in a sense.
Yeah.
It also complements with the fact that he has a more mobile and harass-based army comparatively.
Yeah, and I actually like this choice because, I mean, you know, he is kind of behind, so when behind, you know what they say.
For sure. Okay, Zest is near max, and oh gosh. It's a very scary place to be where your opponent has better composition and complete set, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, Astrea, he knows.
Nice warp in the main. Lots of charge lots are going to be obnoxious. The Phoenixes will shut this down, though. I kind of like these Phoenixes as offering Zest some mobility to his otherwise slow army.
Yeah, that allowed him to actually pick off the 5th base, so nice pick off there. But oh, the engagement is happening in the middle of the map. Currently not a lot of disruptor hits, but the main threat is these Tempests.
Yeah, with the Phoenixes, he can neutralize the disruptors, and then the Tempests can make easy work of them. It's just very difficult for Astrea from this position.
Yeah, and the Phoenix with the Observer picked off all the Observer of Astrea, so he, even though he was shooting at those disruptors, he didn't know what he was shooting at, where the army was, because the army was cloaked under the mothership, and now he's got pushed back all the way. I mean, he has a lot of cannons here, but there's a lot of Tempest and Archons.
I mean, cannons are good, but they're not this good.
And this is looking like a 2-2 tie-up, but although, I mean, Australia is doing a little bit of a counterattack, trying to, you know, get some damage done, but a recall there by Zest.
Nice.
Yeah, nice recall there, cloaking the buildings as well as the army, but no answer for the big army of Zest here at the Australia side of the base.
Well, there's a lot of Stalkers chewing their way through the Archons with the help of the shield batteries. Got a Tempest or two, I think. Or maybe just... Did he even get a Tempest? I don't know.
Yeah, I think he got 1 or 2 Tempests, but oh, actually, you know what? There is... I mean, the little harass there by Australia has kind of made a pushback Zest economy back to 46 workers. I mean, is there a chance that Australia can actually do this, make this comeback?
He has the mobility, he has the economy.
Oh, almost got the Nexus, but just barely got the cloak under the mothership. So nice save
and he
there.
also picked off the Observer, so...
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, if Australia can buy some time, hey, you can do it, I think.
Yeah, he certainly has enough mobility still to...
Oh!
Beautiful shot.
Okay, so right now, Australia's his main priority is buying time, making those
So I don't actually know where Zest is supposed to take an expansion right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of being under attack left and right. But Zest, he's looking to possibly go on the aggressive. He's maybe he has enough of this. He's like, I don't want to deal with this. All these harass. I might just want to go and go for attack. I mean, to be fair, if he just attacked right now, I think he would just like straight out win because his army is just way better. But Astrea, he's making use of those mobility.
Yeah, I feel like with the Blink Stalkers and a slight supply lead, Astrea is in a position where he's kind of pinning Zest in a way. Like, Zest needs to get a 5th up in order to kind of support his economy.
Yeah.
But these Stalkers, they just keep canceling it.
Yeah, this 5th base, RIP. Boy, this
I mean, how many times has he tried to take that base?
I know, right?
He's gonna try again. If at first you don't succeed, so they say.
Try again. Alright, all of a sudden, things have slowed down a bit after a crazy few minutes there. And that War Prism at the north is still a threat. Looks like he's going to warp in some more Zealots. Oh no, so more DTs. And there are actually no cannons at the main base. There's only one cannon at the dirt base. So these DTs can actually do a lot of damage if Zest doesn't respond in time. And look at Astrea. He's taking bases left and right.
He decided that all the bases belong to him.
Yeah.
I mean, what is this base in the, like, 7 o'clock position?
We call that a ninja base.
At the 19-minute mark.
Yep. No better time to take a ninja base.
Sure. Take a ninja whenever you like. Why not?
Yep. And it looks like that 5th base has finally come up, but the DT harass has go underway in the main base. That is going to probably pull some of the army of Zest.
I think he loses all gateway production except for the ones at the 3rd.
Yeah, and Astrea might not want to go into that kind of big concave area. I mean, his army is still weaker compared to Zest's, but that damage at the main base is doing a lot of damage. DTs are still alive. All buildings have been unpowered, by the way.
Charge lots did try to do more damage, but not really finding much there. DT is still in the main. Okay, it will be dealt with. Alas. Crazy game.
Yeah, I mean, this is the longest game we have currently in the series, 20-minute. And I don't think it's going to be ending anytime soon. Oh, actually, look at this. Zest going for a little bit of a flank, but only half his army has caught up. And what a weird engagement there.
Yeah, these Archons are really fat, so they're getting choked on the minerals a little bit, but aside from that, they are mostly, well, like half of them retreat, I guess. Oh, this position feels familiar.
Yeah, looks like Astrea is going to go ahead and go for a double prong harass. Wow, so much DTs, god damn. But the main force of Zest, we'll see if he recalls. But it looks like it's going to go on to an entire base trade.
I don't think Zest can recall. I think he just has to base race.
Yeah, and Astrea,
Oh,
nice
disruptor.
Yeah, he's going to dwindle the army of Zest with those disruptors. Wow. Killing the main base and the bases of Zest, and then hopefully at the end he can take on the main army after the main army of Zest has been dwindled down. But so many Tempests still.
I think he just kills everything from Zest too fast. Like, he has all the bases.
Yeah.
There's nowhere for Zest to go that will not just get counter DT'd. Zest just loses.
Yeah.
Max Angel is the Zerg.
He only has 4 workers out in the field. He only has 700 minerals, so he does have enough at least to make a Nexus, but look at all the bases still left over.
Where
Astrea,
would he take a Nexus?
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good point. Because Astrea has taken pretty much all the bases.
I mean, he has complete map vision because he has every base.
Yep. And by golly, yep, Max has done that thing. Holy cow.
That is insanity.
I know, right? Zest was, I mean, he could have
Okay, so, you know what? There's probes under his mothership. So he builds the Nexus under the mothership. And I guess technically that means his Observer and Tempest and Mothership can camp on his Nexus. Well, no. He can't camp there because he still has to kill everything. Yeah, I just don't see... Time Warp. He has a lot of Archons. Oh, okay. So I guess the thinking from Zest is he needs to engage the army. Because otherwise he has no way of defending.
Yeah, and Zest also has all the bases because as the game goes on, he's going to allow Astrea to just, max out.
Astrea is just going to be able to counterattack and circumnavigate. Oh, he got the mothership!
Oh, man.
What a game.
Astrea making it happen and extends his lead to 3-1. Woo, what a game.
Wow. You sure this is a PvP?
I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure.
Because I thought Zerg takes all the bases like that. Like, just... like, he had the vision of Overlords and Creep. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was mainly relying on gateway units, so it's kind of like the swarm toss kind of.
Toss, yeah. But it's just not usually seen in this matchup, I feel.
Yeah, but you know what? I feel like it worked because Thunderbird is a pretty large map, so mobility is it plays a bigger factor in that map. So, yeah, Australia making that work on that map.
Yeah, that makes sense. On large maps, I can see that being more viable. Or at least, like, you can progress there easily, or easier. I don't know if easily is the right... Oh, man. That's insane. Oh.
Oh, man. Reality in the chat saying Australia is definitely not a Protoss player. You know what? From the looks of it, I mean, you can make a case he's a Zerg player. In heart. At heart.
Ah, sure. I think there is a... like, certain players that are very stylistic or iconic with their style. Like, they seem to borrow from something else.
Mm-hmm.
What that something else is varies, but that was a treat.
For sure. And by the way, guys, thank you for tuning in so far. We have actually up to over 120 viewers, which I think is a record for us on this channel, which is pretty dope. Hope you guys give us a follow. We would appreciate it. You can get notifications, or even if you want, you could just turn off the notifications as well. But if you want, you can turn it on and then can see whenever we go live. We definitely appreciate the support. We're heading into our next game here pretty soon, which is going to be our 5th game, and it is going to be Ephemeron. We're just waiting for the casters. Oh wait, I made the I made the WCS game heart instead. So gotta remake.
Oh. Didn't even notice.
Oops.
What happened?
Lobby link here. All right.
There we go.
All right. I'm not sure where Romsley went. Let's go ahead and get him to join the chat channel.
Right. Well, I can at least do that. I don't know where. Okay.
All right. Guys, there is a match arena page set up for this show match. I think Nightbot in the chat posted the link as well as the coupon code where you can contribute 50 cents for free. And yeah, it will help raise the prize pool. I'm sure the players will definitely appreciate it as well. So the breakdown of this show match is basically it is a best of 7. Although all 7 games will be played. The prize pool is $125, and each win will result in a $15 added to their prize, to their cut. And of course, 7 times 15, if you guys do not know the math, equals to $105. So where does that extra $20 go? Well, the overall winner of this best of 7 series will get an additional $20 added to their cut. So yeah, so the winner will get at least more of the prize pool. All right, let's go ahead and introduce our players.
Spawning in the upper left with the Archon Gap, it is the blue Protoss, Astrea.
All right, and spawning at the bottom right, we have our red Protoss player, down 1-3, looking to hopefully get some winning, get a winning streak. It is Zest.
You know, I really like the proxy robo on this map.
Yeah, I think.
But I don't know where Zest would proxy it specifically. And he has used it twice, I think.
Yeah, I mean I guess the more common proxy area would be around the third base, but it could be also could be pretty common. So much so that he'll decide to proxy it somewhere else. But actually, there's this hopeful series of proxies has come to this game where there's actually no proxies. What is this madness?
We have come full circle. They will never expect the tech to be in your base.
I know, right? What craziness is this? Making buildings at your base?
Well, we are gonna get a robo out of Zest. It is early enough that he could do like Stalker Prism, which is also very strong here. kind of retro in a sense. I think, okay, he's actually gonna get a Stalker advantage as well. For a moment, I think Astrea will equalize. I guess he takes an extra full shot.
Yeah, and it looks like actually a pretty similar build from both players. They're going for the Robo facility. It might actually be the Warp Prism, 3-gate push with the... Yeah.
Astrea's feels more defensive, because he doesn't have the third gateway.
Oh yeah, that's true.
At least I don't see one. He's also positioned on the ramp, but there's the pylon off to the side, so he might need to pull back. Well, Zest seems to want to go up the ramp again. Oh, he has more stalkers! Run! Run! Oh no. I think he's in trouble.
Yeah, this is don't want to lose your stalker, especially when you go for a 2-gate compared to the 3-gate of Zest, and he's got the Warp Prism as well.
He made an observer. He has no immortal here to save him. He only has one gateway, a robo that is not... Okay, it has started immortal, and Zest is going home? Question mark?
Oh wow.
I feel like he could have pushed there, though. He had the higher stalker count, he had the prism.
I see why. He had the... Astrea actually had a counter Warp Prism with the depth, so he recalled back to defend.
I feel like he could have just defended that with the warpins.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he actually had his warpins was on cooldown or something. He's like...
Oh, yeah. That would do it. I know that feeling.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I can't warp in another 30 seconds. Like, I gotta recall this. I gotta defend this.
Okay, Astrea is going to make 2 more gateways and take his expansion. So he seems to feel comfortable with his worker lead.
Yeah, I mean, it was slightly scary at a certain point, but I think right now, as he's making his immortals, he's getting his second base. Zest, he's on the other hand making a Twilight Council, not getting a second base. What do you think this is for?
I don't know, maybe DTs, but that... Or he could try the glaives again.
Yeah, that's certainly a possibility. Oh yeah, he's warping in more adepts, but still hasn't made use of the Twilight Council. He's not getting any upgrades.
He just wanted it for show. Alright, gonna warp in some more units, some adepts, and gonna go for another push.
Alright, some nice force field, but some nice Warp Prism micro as well from Zest. Those shield batteries are about to be done. Warp Prism out for Astrea. He's gonna go ahead and retrieve that Warp Prism to help defend. But yeah, I think Astrea is looking mighty fine. And Astrea, he kind of officially wins the series 4-1. Although I guess again we're gonna be continue playing all 7 maps. But congrats.
Those, 2. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The 2 adepts from the Warp Prism came back at the very end, and we're getting more probe kills, so it forced Zest to be more committed even from... I mean, I think he already intended to commit fully there, but...
So that wraps up $60 for Zest. Let's see if he can increase it with the next 2 games at least.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, Australia.
You mean
yeah,
Astrea?
Yeah, Australia. Yeah, sorry.
I feel like it's just a matter of whether Warpin is on cooldown in that scenario, because that was very scary.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have any shield batteries up. He had only two gateways, and somehow, some way, he managed to.
Well, he was down to one gateway, and
Oh yeah.
the only robo unit that he had at home was the observer. So, like, if Zest just picks up his 4 stalkers, or if he just pushes up the ramp and then juggles his stalkers further in, but I guess he just didn't know what was at the top of that ramp and didn't have warpins, and
Yeah, it made for a really dicey and awkward situation where it was either he had to commit to the attack, or he was going to have to recall and defend the depth harass at the main base.
Right. I feel like if he had just said, "Forget my probes," it would have been fine, actually.
Oh man. He's like, forget my probes. Who cares about them? Their lives are meaningless. But you know what? In the end, probe lives matter.
Do they, though? No, I definitely care about the first 2 probes that go across the map. World of Sleepers. What was the alternative?
Let's see. What's the last map here? Oh yeah, Disco Bloodbath. Oh no, wait. Did we play on that? We did play on that, right?
We did play on that.
I gotta look through the map pool later on. See what's the last map. All right, looks like
Winter's Gate.
Winter's Gate. Okay.
How could I forget?
All right.
Well, spawning in the bottom left as the pink Protoss, currently teamless, it is Zest.
And spawning at the top right. Oh, thank you, P12309 for the follow. Appreciate it. Here at the top right, we have the blue Protoss looking to add to his prize cut. It is Astrea. And I gotta say, I have been impressed by Astrea, because, I mean, on paper, you look at Zest and his accomplishments and the caliber of player he is, you would expect that he would have been the one that was favored coming into the map, at least on paper.
Sure. I definitely agree with that sentiment, and he won the first game fairly convincingly. I think the game on Acropolis, though, was like a really good return or like rebuttal for the first game.
Yeah.
Zest is looking to proxy something here, and gonna be the Stargate this time, or is he gonna go with the Robo again?
I wouldn't be surprised if he went for the Robo. Oh wait, oh yeah, he went for the Robo.
Okay. Tried and true.
All right.
Rather far, but I guess that decreases the probability of being scouted.
But luckily for Astrea, he actually opens up with a Stargate, which is gonna actually do pretty well against the Robo opening of Zest.
Yeah, I really think if the Robo were closer, perhaps he has a window, especially since this is an Adept opener. But being farther away, it's going to take Zest an extra couple of seconds to get there, and that's... if this gets sniffed, that's really all he needs, a couple seconds to chrono his Void Ray or whatever he wants to handle this.
Yeah. And we do see a little bit of a skirmish here out in the middle of the map. One Adept did get sniped off, so currently well defended here by Zest.
He's just blindly building this Void Ray.
Yeah, he knows there's something up. I mean, the amount of proxies in this series has been staggering. So,
you know, actually, he knows that there's a proxy, okay? And if it's a proxy Oracle, the Void Ray deals a ton of damage to the Oracle. And if it's Robo, then, well, we know that it shuts down the Prism. So in either of the main proxy possibilities, other than like DT Rush, the Void Ray is very useful.
yeah,
And he even gets a Sentry, so the DT Rush would not even be able to get in. Assuming he sees it.
you know what would get my heart jibbly?
Hmm?
If Astrea went for that Fleet Beacon and got the Void Ray upgrade.
I like the idea.
Yeah, so basically, if you get the upgrade, your Void Ray, their speed and acceleration is going to increase. So they move rather quickly. And here we go. We have Void Rays all charged up. They don't focus fire on the War Prism, but still currently okay by Astrea as he got the force field up. But more.
He took a lot of damage though.
Yeah, more warping. So for Zest, is he gonna overwhelm Max?
It is looking scary for... I mean, he has one gateway tucked in the corner, and he has no shield battery energy left. His Void Ray is about to fall. He still has two more. Okay, with a probe pull, I think he's held for the moment. He gets the Prism. That's huge.
Oh man, but a lot of workers actually being sacrificed. Currently, total of 10 workers.
So he has no gateways aside. Well, he loses his first two gateways, I should say, and then at home, Zest has not dropped an expansion. So he's dropped two more gateways. What? Where is he going with this? I guess he has to defend the counterattack.
Oh man, this is pretty scary though. 3 Void Rays. He's gonna actually go ahead and just go for a counterattack, and then probably recall once the Void Ray approaches his base. But it's gonna force Zest to start making those shield batteries and some stalkers, because 3 Void Rays, it gets to a point where it's kind of overwhelming with the charge up.
Yeah, 3 Void Rays is very scary so early in the game. Like, Void Rays without the upgrade are like not unit that you generally want, except in like one base scenario.
Okay, alright. Looks like he's actually doing pretty well. He's gonna snipe off all the Void Rays, and Zest takes game number 6.
Really well handled. I felt like Astrea had on paper like good direction that he was taking it. But Zest coolly just picks off the gateway, picks off the next gateway, drains the shield battery energy, pushes in, and then identifies that Astrea is going to want to counterattack given all the probe deaths, and just defends with a pin maneuver from the Prism. Oh, and we get Winter's Gate now.
Yep. Everyone's favorite map. Wink, wink.
It's my favorite map.
well, I guess Yeah,
I don't count.
You are a different mind.
So with Zest winning that last game, he adds a little bit more to his take home. Astrea already getting the win for the series.
Yeah. But hey, if Zest can win this last game, at least he goes home with $45, so not too shabby.
Reality is predicting cannons from someone. I don't know who he's predicting it from, but what do you think?
Well, it looks like, based on reality, he says Astrea has never cannon rushed in his life, so it'll be Zest who does it. Huh. Possibly. We'll see.
I know that Zest was experimenting with cannons on Lost and Found, like, way back in the day, just a little bit, but I don't know. I feel like he only did that because SOS was doing it.
Yeah, I mean, both players I feel aren't really known for the cannon rushing, or not known for cannon rushing excessively compared to someone
I've
like
never
Haas.
seen either of them actually use a cannon rush. Okay. Gonna be the standard opener. No memes here.
Yeah, but what is not standard is introducing our players at the 50-second mark. So we shall do that for you guys here.
In the upper left, as the pink Protoss, for a final game, it is Zest.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have the red Protoss player from Alpha X. He is Astrea.
Where is this probe going?
Oh, we have another proxy pylon.
Well, he's still scouting with the probe, so I guess it's just to have a missing pylon. A proxy pylon for the sake of a proxy pylon.
Basically a proxy pylon for Thor the Explorer to find. By the way, did you happen to ever see the Thor Explorer movie?
I did not.
Okay. I was actually surprised that they actually made that movie, but I heard from like viewers that it was actually better than expected. So I'm pretty surprised there. Yes, this is the place where we discuss movies like Thor the Explorer.
Oh gosh. I just remembered I haven't had dinner yet. I might go now. Nah, this series is too good.
Yeah.
Okay, another gateway going down for Astrea, and it's actually very mirrored. Well, actually, I say that, but Zest hasn't expanded. So I guess he's gonna look to be the aggressor. That proxy pylon can get some warp-ins if... Well, he has another one that's closer, so I'll probably use that one. That does get scouted by the... Oh, both pylons should get scouted. Oh, he turned... What is this?
This is kind of a late one here. Interesting.
4 gates, a robo.
Huh.
I do not know. I mean,
Yeah.
Zest is quite an innovator, so I'm not.
Oh, nice flank though. He's gonna come in. There's actually no shield battery. Oh man, he's getting concave here. And the Guardian Shield actually did some nice.
I don't think Astrea was anticipating the attack at that time because he had just scouted the buildings making. He's holding with the help of the force fields, buying time for the shield battery. Now an observer.
What is this? He's made the robo for basically observer. I'm not sure.
I
but
feel like he wanted an immortal, no?
I mean, well, so far it's still working. So I guess it's.
I guess it's just a 4-gate.
Yeah, 4-gate with a. I guess a little of a with a robo with a with an observer. Interesting.
4-gate with a safety, so he won't die to DTs.
Ah, yes, that's it. That's probably it. Wow, Zest is bringing it back to old school 4-gate here. You don't see that
Yeah.
as common these days.
All he wanted was to be safe from DTs. The shield batteries, though.
Yeah, but when you can one-shot those stalkers, those shield batteries are pretty pointless. And Zest manages to take the last game. But in the end, Astrea does win the series 4-3. Pretty close series.
Yeah. I guess after Thunderbird, Zest is like, I'm not going to try and macro this anymore. And just decided to go for aggressive styles, and he got himself a couple maps that way.
Yeah, for sure. Boy, that was a pretty interesting series. A lot of course, a lot of proxies. We got
PvP.
yeah, that's true. We got to at least see some, of the new balance changes. Although I'm surprised we didn't actually see a lot of charge lot play. But we did at least see some adept plays. Yeah.
The charge lots seem to work fine for Max
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
on Thunderbird.
Oh yeah. Those double prong harass as well, using those charge lots. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up the series. We do, guys, one last reminder that we do have a Matcherino page set up for this show match. I can see Nightbot has posted the link, so you just go to that link, and actually let's go ahead and just show you. Go to that browser. Here we have looks like $23 so far added to the prize pool. But yeah, you just go into the Matcherino and then click on that contribute button on the top right, the blue one, right below the prize pool, and then enter the code, the coupon code AXZESV Astrea, and then it will automatically add 50 cents for free to the overall prize pool. Alrighty. Has some pretty awesome games here. Once again, congrats to Astrea for winning 4-3. And Zeno, you have any last words before we wrap this whole thing up?
In my Twitter, it was posted already, thanks to Reality. So, other than that, no, it was a great series. We have other events. I don't know what's next, but yes.
yeah, go guys, go ahead and give Zeno a follow on Twitter. Appreciate you co-casting this with me, of course. As well as a shout out to Sushi for setting this whole thing up. This was a great show match on the balance test mod. We should see the balance patch coming soon at the end of November, I believe, somewhere around there. I hope you guys maybe learn a few things, take some builds into your repertoire, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the games. And thank you all for tuning in one last time. Give us a follow on our Twitch. We definitely appreciate it, all the support, the love. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the night. And this is your friendly neighborhood puppy dog, as well as Zeno, signing out.
Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.